Yo, what's up, everybody? Today, let's talk about anything and everything. So, whatever y'all want to talk about, it's all good. And let's just you're hanging out with you and stuff. So, decided to do a last minute, you know, live stream and stuff. Y'all know how I do with these random live streams. I just go live randomly, and here we are. So, whatever y'all want to talk about, we could talk about. Hopefully y'all having a good day and all that stuff. So what's up to everybody that's tuning in? Avengers Doomsday is a movie of the year. Yeah, it is. I agree with you. Doomsday's gonna they are gonna crush the box office this year. And I'm here for it. I am excited to see what they're gonna cook with that. And that should be fun. So I can't wait to see what they're gonna be putting out, especially with the trailer for the Super Bowl coming out. So that should be very interesting. I know we're just a week I mean a week a few weeks away from the Super Bowl, so that should be interesting to see all the trailers they're gonna be dropping and stuff like that. So, it's always a fun time to see what they're gonna cook with. Let's see. Did you see God of War cast? Yeah, yeah. I actually made a video about that today, earlier and stuff like that. Are you guys getting notifications? Because I've been noticing that not a lot of people are watching and stuff. So, sometimes YouTube likes to play the game with the algorithm and stuff. So, depending on what they want to push and stuff like that. So I'm kind of surprised that not a lot of people are pretty much watching and stuff like that. So I don't know if the notifications. I know that they've been like acting up with notifying people with the videos and stuff. So I know I've been hearing a lot of people telling me different things. So it is what it is. But here we are and stuff like that. So let's see. Okay, can we trust Netflix with Middle Earth? Can we trust them with Kong and Godzilla and Cartoon Network and Mortal Kombat? These are some big IPs, and Netflix can handle all of these. Can Netflix handle all of these? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know, and we're gonna have to wait and see. We really have to wait and see because at this point everything is just speculation. Nobody can say 100% that they know what they're gonna be putting out because we don't know. Nobody can say for sure. What it is that they really want to do and how they want to approach whatever production and I guess movie that they want to put out. So we're gonna have to wait and see. To see what's gonna come out from all of this in the end. Hopefully something good comes from it, but at this point, like I said, I'm very skeptical. It's 50-50, so we're gonna have to just wait and see how things slowly come out. You think David Ellison needs to get help? His bidding war about his dad with Paramount CEO. I mean, they got the money. I don't know what's happening. I really don't know. They keep on declining their offers. Makes no sense, honestly. At this point, it's kind of confusing where I have no idea what's going on. They have the money, so the money's not the problem. It's just getting, I guess I really don't know. It's gotten to the point where it's like, what are they really gonna be doing about it and stuff like that. 2027. I cannot wait to see the live action Assassin's Creed TV show. Wonder how the video game movies don't work, but shows do. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. It. I don't know. It's interesting to see how this industry is doing and how things are slowly coming out. But it's pretty cool with the gaming industry how like Hollywood has finally tapped into it and they're seeing that with the gaming industry they can make movies. It's just a matter of time before they start ruining it. We already saw with The Last of Us what they did with it, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that and stuff. YouTube algorithm pushes unique content on YouTube that's carved out a niche. Your content is 99% Snyderverse. Other content you push will be buried under the algorithm. Yeah, but even when I've been putting out videos with Snyderverse, like they're not even getting views. Like go check out my most recent ones, and like I don't know if people are tired of watching it. I have no idea. It's just YouTube. Another day, another video, I guess. Batman Brave and the Bold DCU don't have nothing. DCU is all about Matt Reeves. Make Batman 2 come out soon. James Gunn is upset now. Yeah, with that Batman 2, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just not I don't know. I'm not interested in it. I really don't know about Batman Brave and the Bold, but supposedly they're gonna be starting to film something next year for it. So we'll see what comes from that. Any content other than what? Any other content that's not Snyderverse? Oh yeah, yeah. yeah, with the algorithm and stuff like that. So I mean, it is what it is. There's days on YouTube that you get views, other days you don't get views. So it is what it is. That's why, sometimes being a YouTuber is not it's not all gravy like they say, just because of it and stuff like that. So it is what it is. I appreciate everybody that tunes in. So it is what it is. I'm not here for the clicks and stuff. So even like I said, even if it's just one person watching, it's all good with me. Like I said, like sometimes YouTube likes to show, and if they feel that you're right for it, they'll they favor you. If not, they're against you. So it is what it is. Your last video was about GameStop. I don't think your audience particularly cares about it. Yeah, I know it's just tapping into different markets and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't just want to stick and talk about one thing. That's why I'm like talking about different things. And if it gets views, it gets views. I know not long ago I put up a video with Mega Man, and that video did. It's one of my really good videos. So it has like over 2,000 views and stuff. So I was surprised with that. But again, it depends. I don't know. I just don't know. YouTube sometimes could be kind of iffy, but that's what it is. Avengers Doomsday is gonna make the box office skyrocket. Yeah, big time. I'm tired of the grifters talking crap about it and trying to expose. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. There's so many people hating on it. I'm like, yo, why are they hating on it? Isn't this what they want? But it's showing you that these shows that used to favor Marvel, the old Marvel, are right now bitter and salty that Marvel is kicking ass. Because let's be real, like the new Marvel, if you want to say, they're kicking ass. They're cleaning house. They got rid of what's her name, Kathleen Kennedy, whatever her name is from Star Wars. So they're fixing it. They're fixing Hollywood. This is what I'm telling you. The industry is shifting. All that woke agenda garbage is over. That people are tired of that. People don't want it. So when they're cleaning house, people don't like that. So they're like, oh, the same shows that if you don't bend the knee, they want to come out after you and stuff like that. So but it's good. Finally, we're getting change in this industry. So we'll see how far they go with it and stuff. Chris Pratt would try to play Batman DCU, and that would be hilarious. I know we spoke about that. But it would be funny. At the same time, it would be funny just because you imagine that Chris Pratt actually gets casted, or George Clooney as Batman from James Gunn's DCU for the Brave and the Bold. That would be hilarious in the sense of we saw this all along. That would be insane. But at the same time, I would not be surprised if it does happen. So for sure, one of those two, something might come from that. So maybe one of those two are gonna be it. Restore the Bayverse, you already know it. Yeah, Wallace closed for Moana, the live action Entangled. What do you think about the Mummy movie? I know that I guess they're bringing it back and stuff, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that. So I know Brandon Fraser is supposed to be coming back, and I think The Rock said he's down to come back for it and stuff. So that'll be good. It would be nice to see all those old actors and actresses, everybody back, and with the new cast and stuff like that. So whatever it is that they're doing, just stick to what it's supposed to be. Pick up, I guess, and just connect it, and just keep going with it and stuff. So we'll see. Let's see. We don't talk about the live action Dragon Ball movie, a movie that made the creator come back to the franchise. It was that bad of a movie. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that Dragon Ball movie. Wow. They never did another live action movie. So, it is what it is with that. You saw Avengers Doomsday trailer, Black Panther, Fantastic Four. Yeah, that looks dope. That looks really good. Like I said, they're setting up. They're teasing all these little trailers, if you want to say, for the big trailer that's coming for the Super Bowl. The one for the Super Bowl is going to be big, man. I hope it's like a 2-minute video. I doubt it, just because it's so expensive. But I mean, Disney has the money for it, to advertise for the Super Bowl. But we'll see. I can't wait. I want to see what they're gonna put out with the final trailer. If actual trailer, not a teaser trailer and stuff. So this year's gonna be all about Marvel. I'm telling you. I think we're back in business with them. I'm ready for Lee Cronin's The Mummy and The Mummy 4 with Brandon Fraser. Yeah, same, same. And of course, Avengers Doomsday. Same here. Disney is willing to remake all of their old movies, but not willing to make a Big Hero 6 sequel. You never know. You never know. Maybe they might be working on it and stuff like that. Nah, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling right now. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just chilling. I'm just leaning back on my chair. I'm just reading comments and stuff. So I'm just chilling right now. I'm just relaxed, if you want to say. James Gunn fan needs to get a life. Start talking about YouTube plan DCU James Gunn. Yeah, we already know how they are. So what can we do? Austin, what's up? What's up? Suicide Squad turned 10 years old. Released the air cut. Yeah, hell yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. 10 years ago, we got Suicide Squad. Damn, how fast time flies. 10 years. Where has that time gone? That's insane. It really is. Critical Drinker is a perfect example of a grifter, even though he claims to be a Snyder fan. Yeah, there's a lot of wannabe fans out there. There's a lot of wannabe fans. I'm telling you. They say one thing good today, tomorrow they say the opposite. But again, they all reveal who they are and stuff like that. So what can we do? The new photo of Henry as Superman is perfection. Yep, yep, yep. That is very, very nice to see that. It's nice to see when Zach posts a picture of anything with the DCEU. So that's very interesting to always see it. The hypocrite hack gun is now introducing Darkseid to his universe. Shaking my head. Exactly, I agree with you, Ray. Look, let's talk about that real fast. This hypocrite James Gunn. He said recently that he wasn't gonna do nothing with Darkseid because Zack Snyder already had did something perfect, with the Snyder cut. All right, cool. You won points with me. I'm gonna be real with you. And then now this asshole comes out and says, "Oh, now he's rebooting or recasting, whatever the hell he wants to call. He's probably retconning, Darkseid." I'm telling y'all straight up, James Gunn is trying to leave a mess, more of a mess, before he goes to Marvel. So there's no way to try to patch up and connect anything to the Snyderverse. I'm telling you, before he leaves DC, James Gunn knows that he's gonna be out of DC very soon, so he's gonna try to screw everything up right before he goes back to Marvel for Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm telling you, mark my words. I don't have to be, I don't have to look into the future. It's just common sense. I see what's coming down the pipeline, and the pipeline is that James Gunn is clogging everything up, so that way when he goes back to Marvel, DC's gonna be even more in a mess. But then by then, Avengers, Secret Wars, and all this is already like ramped up in the sense of like they are so deep into that new phase or whatever. So they're gonna leave everything so sloppy at DC that it's gonna seem impossible for DC to redeem themselves and make a comeback. That's what James Gunn is doing. Mark my words, that asshole knows exactly how to ruin what he's doing. And especially with Darkseid, isn't there supposed to be only one Darkseid in the whole universe of DC? And now he's gonna reboot, recast, retcon, whatever the hell he wants to do. Yeah, straight up. He's just trying to again. He's just trying to smear everything and ruin all the plans. I find it interesting that these photos that Zach posts. Plus, I have faith that something is going on behind the scenes. Faith out for faith. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Something is definitely cooking for sure. It's just a matter of time because if we look at the big picture right now, DC, the whole cinematic universe with James Gunn is just straight up slop upon slop. That's what it is. Um, what is it? Lee Cronin Mummy movie. The new one. Do you think Zack Snyder will try to do Batman Dark Knight Returns to get Ben Affleck back? Yeah, that's how he's gonna make a comeback. Once he does, I'm telling you, we're back in business. We are back in business. Restore the Snyderverse. You already know it. Disney needs to stop making live action remakes. Yeah, they do. They need to go back to what was working. Like I know it's, I guess, more hard work in the sense, like the animation and stuff like that. But I mean, we go back and see all the animations they used to do before. Like you could tell they cared. Now it's all like straight up AI and everything that has to do and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. Snyderverse on Netflix. We'll see. We'll see what the deal's gonna happen with Netflix. So, again, I'm 50-50 on that. If it's Lee Cronin, it's Bobby Horror. Sean, what up? What up? Let's see. Oh, you were typing fast. All right. Let's see. Have you heard HBO Max remove DC movies? Yeah, yeah, that's very interesting. I wonder why. I really wonder why. What's going on? This is why it's very important to have physical media. This is why I'm telling you. This imagine Netflix owning everything of DC, and then when they want, they do the same stunt and they pull the same game and say, "Hey, yeah, we took it down from the servers." What? Hold on, what? Like, why? Just because that's how they could do too. So if they're playing these games, yeah, that's not good. That's why we have to have physical media. Physical media is very important. David Zaslav will get a new job playing golf, probably. I really, really hope Gunn doesn't get to use Darkseid in live action. It goes to show that he's a freaking rat. Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you, Austin. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to destroy everything that Zack Snyder created, just because of just out of spite, honestly. Um, we already know that James Gunn's very, his ego always gets in the way, so he wants all the light to shine on him. He wants to be the center of attention always. All right, and that's what he wants to do now with Darkseid. He wants to introduce Darkseid through his I think that Mister, I think is what is it? Whatever that cartoon that he's working on right now. Was it I don't know. I don't even care, honestly. That's what he's gonna be introducing Darkseid. Apparently that he's like, I don't know if it's gonna be a variant. I don't know what the hell's going on. But if he does that, I'm telling you right now, like that's gonna screw up so much things within DC, overall and stuff. Do you think Black Panther 3 will get a sequel soon for Avengers Doomsday? Not yet. It won't get nothing yet, but I know that they're supposed to be recasting Black Panther, and they're looking for a new actor to play and be, I guess, like the new Panther, I guess. I'm not sure. But everything, I guess, is gonna be explained during Doomsday, because they're probably gonna explain to us where these characters have been for all these years, what they've been up to. All the missing links. They're gonna patch all that up. And I'm telling y'all right now, I believe in the Russos. Right? I love DC. I'm a huge Snyder fan, but I'm gonna be real with you. Marvel with the Russo brothers is like DC again with Zack Snyder. The Russo brothers are cooking and they know exactly what they're doing. That's why, to me, it kind of upsets me and bothers me that there's so much people talking smack, saying, "Oh, that Marvel, oh, it's not gonna work out with Doomsday, and so much DEI." Let me stop you. Let me stop you. That's where it left off. Not that I'm trying to support it or anything like that, but that's what these characters are. That's what we've already gotten already. It's an established, variety of characters within this universe. They're not pushing anything from the trailers and everything I've seen. They are not pushing no type of message. They're just trying to tell you, hey, look, this is where things left off, and now we have this big threat, which is going to be Doctor Doom, coming across the multiverse, crushing things in his way to get to whatever his goal is. Because none of us know why he's back, and especially for it to be freaking. I mean, let's just say how it is. It's a Tony Stark version. Like, what the hell? Like, how is this all going to play out? That's what I want to know. And I believe in the Russos. They're gonna pull out and they're gonna cook out something really good. You seen Batman versus Superman. You was young at the time when it came out. Cool to see Batman fighting Superman on the big screen in live action. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that movie when it came out in the theaters. It was awesome, amazing, amazing. 28 years later, it's failing in the theaters right now. Good. Screw that movie. I still want my refund from the last one. I am not gonna waste my time. Hell nah. I'm not watching 28 years later, whatever that trash is. And from what I've been hearing, the rumors, from the reviews and stuff, it's not even a good movie. They're just saying it's just the same slop from the previous film. So I'm telling y'all right now, don't even watch that crap. Straight up, save your money. Go buy freaking something else with with that money. Gunn is like an undercover rat sent by Marvel to destroy DC. Yeah, he's the Trojan horse. That's exactly what he is. Good thing Zack Snyder is the plumber and is going to unclog DC's toilet because Gunn took a huge dump on DC and clogged up the DC toilet. Yeah, pretty much. David Cornsweet, so funny face, Superman, he's weird. Look at his face, James Gunn is he sucks. Yeah, I don't like it. James Gunn announces Mr. Miracle show in the DCU canon. There, that Mr. Miracle. That oh man. And apparently they're gonna have, I think, seeing from the picture that we saw, the lady that's next to him is supposed to be a younger version of Granny Goodness. So I guess he's going back in time to when she was young and stuff like that. So again, it's James Gunn. He's just screwing everything up. He's straight up like the Flash and freaking Spider Man during the multiverse, screwing everything, all the dimensions up. That's exactly what he's doing straight up. Do you think James Gunn will not try to get Stephen Wood DCU? No, I don't think he's gonna try to bring in Stephen Wolf. He doesn't look like he's interested in those type of characters. James Gunn is interested on weird characters, like straight up Mr. Miracle based on Tom King's miniseries. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about it, honestly. I really don't know. Darkseid's going to be a cracking jokes. It's just gonna be just like the meme we've been seeing with Darkseid, with Zack Snyder, and then Darkseid with James Gunn, where he's like dancing and stuff like that in the cheap cosplay. I can't wait to see how ridiculous this is gonna be. Clayface will not happen. Scary. It's too dark. Just comedy and notes. James Gunn is funny. His DCU. Yeah, I'm telling you that Clayface movie is going to be focused, quote unquote, on horror, but they're gonna add a lot of stupidity, especially a lot of jokes, just like how we saw with what it was with Peacemaker and this other cartoon. What was it, Creature Commandos and stuff. Marvel's planning to do a soft reboot after Avengers Secret War. Yeah, after Secret War, they're gonna be focusing, I guess, with X-Men, because the whole big thing from what I was reading the other day is I don't remember where I read it, but I know that the Russo brothers are still gonna be around. They're gonna be setting up X-Men versus Avengers, so that's the next big thing that they're gonna be focusing on. So, like, even if they do a soft reboot, if you want to say, the- it's not gonna fully go away. They're still gonna keep on doing with what they're already established with, because now they're focusing with X-Men. That's why they're doing this whole thing with the crossover, if you want to say, with Doomsday, the Avengers, because after Secret Wars, that's their next big thing, X-Men versus Avengers. So they're gonna be doing that. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually excited for it. Did you hear Netflix bought Sony Pictures, which basically means Netflix, but the Spider-Man license IP? I heard something about that, but it's not 100% a good to go yet. All right, they're just working together, but Marvel hasn't bought it back yet. Sony still has the rights, so at least when it comes to Spider-Man and stuff like that. So that's good. But yeah, they're gonna be leasing it out to Marvel and things like that. So, but Netflix buying Sony Pictures, that's interesting. Again, I think at this point it's just too much power for one company. You just want the sale of WB be fast track and be over with. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm tired of this whole wait and speculating and seeing what's going on. So hopefully we find out soon. But I think it's just gonna keep on dragging. Honestly, Rockstar Studio might mess up GTA 6. It's gonna get canceled. That's crazy. Yeah, they're gonna delay GTA 6. Unfortunately, GTA 6 is not going to come out this year. It was supposed to come out November this year. Nah, that's not gonna happen. I'm telling y'all right now. They're gonna release GTA 6 with PS6, and that's probably gonna be like within the next 2 years. It's like, man, we're gonna be getting everything else before GTA 6. Like the meme continues. That game's been in development is so long. Let's see. You've been waiting for his next movie. What is it? Night Shyamalan. You've been waiting for his next movie. All right. If 28 years later the Bone Temple flops, I'm not gonna see the movie. Nor 28 years later sweet sequels in the future. I'm not watching it. I am not watching that crap. Honestly, I'm telling you straight up. I want my refund from the last one. So yeah, they're not getting my money straight up. Wallets are locked on that. Calling it now. Gunn will be back at Marvel this year. Guardians 4 restore Snyderverse. Marvel. No, not yet. Not yet. Eli, Gunn cannot be back at Marvel yet. Not yet. He's going to go back, but he's not going to go back yet. We have to see what's going to play out with that extension from here until next year spring. I think it's like what, sometime like in March, May or something like that. That his contract got extended. So we're going to see what's going to play out. If they extend it another whatever time, James Gunn's still gonna be around. If it doesn't get extended, then things are changing. For sure things are changing. But I'm telling you straight up, that's why I say it's a 50-50 with Netflix, because one day James Gunn is like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. Then the next day he's like, oh, I wanted to sell. I'm excited and this and that. I'm like, dude, like what the hell? Which one is it? So, but regardless, the mission remains the same. Restore the Snyderverse. 28 years later looks like silly to have blonde people hair in comedy. It looks like James Gunn. I mean, what they did with the last movie at the end, it was very, very stupid. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, like, don't even waste your time. Honestly, like they literally introduced some weird characters that it felt like a Power Ranger scene. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, yeah, I'm just not interested in that movie anymore. Have you noticed how the new MCU formula seems to be solid, but box office flops? Have you noticed that? Yeah, I did. Obviously, Avengers won't flop, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Um, Avengers is a big IP. It really is, Like that thing is huge. If Marvel, I mean not Marvel, if DC was to do the same thing with Justice League, yo, they would have been up there also. But again, them bringing in James Gunn just like they brought in Joss Whedon, it's not helping the company. But yeah, Avengers is a solid IP that they're not gonna lose money. They're going to bank this year. I'm telling you right now. People are predicting, like at the box office that apparently Doomsday's it probably might hit $3 billion. We're gonna have to wait and see. That's a high number, but it could happen because remember we're talking about X-Men. That's already gonna bring in. We saw with Deadpool and Wolverine that brought in $1 billion. So you're tapping into that market. You're bringing in the Avengers. That's already $1 billion club movie. So you have two right there. And whatever they're building up towards Secret Wars, yo, that could be another $1 billion. So yeah, it could happen. The 3 billion could happen, you know. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm excited for that movie. Jimmy Olsen will not. The show will not happen. The show is about to get. James Gunn's gonna leave. They might do it, you know, just because it's James Gunn. He wants to leave his footprints over at DC. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start filming that crap now. They probably could finish it in like literally 2 weeks. That's how crappy it's gonna be. Probably with the $1,000 budget. That's the only way. James Cameron likes his big budget movies, and was it night? I'm not sure. Shyamalan likes low budget movies. Low budget movies, you could do something weird with it. Yeah, it depends on what style what they wanna go with and things. So some like to play with a lot of money. Some like to play with a little bit of money. So whatever they want to put out, that's what they like. Go for it. You wanted a ticket refund on Fantastic Four first steps because it has a lot of poop jokes. Oh man, I didn't watch that movie. I just saw like clips of it on YouTube, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch it. But I heard good things about it. But I'm just not interested in what you call Fantastic Four. Wait, what does this mean for the games if Netflix owns WB? Well, Netflix doesn't care about the IP when it comes to the video game department. They only want to own the IPs, like the names. I think this is what I think is gonna happen. That once if the sale does go through 100%, that they're gonna own the IPs like Injustice and Batman and all these games, Arkham and stuff, and they're just gonna lease them out to studios that can pay them, like Rocksteady, whatever third party studios want to pay them that can afford for the license to make a game, then they could do that. So that's what I think might happen. And they're gonna get more money for it and stuff like that, and then they save their headaches with having to have a studio, that they have to do the game themselves and things like that. So it would be cheaper and I think a little bit more better for them to lease it out to a studio that they know what they're doing. And like they could tell Sony, hey, look, we want to do an exclusive Arkham game, and Sony gets all the rights, and Sony Studios or whatever it is with the games, they can actually put out the next Arkham game, I guess, so they could do stuff like that. Hollywood is a mess right now, 2026. Yeah, it's been a mess for a while. So but I think things are slowly shifting and turning away. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. What are your thoughts on Marvel having two Wolverines? I like it. I have no problem with that. A new actor with the X-Men, an old man Logan with Hugh. That sounds good to me. I think it's great. Yeah, I think so. Best of both worlds. I agree. I really do agree. And we saw it. We saw a glimpse of it in Deadpool and Wolverine. So I think in Doomsday we're probably gonna see probably somewhere Henry Cavill in there. But Secret Wars, they're gonna go all out. They are going to go all out with it. Imagine James Gunn, Man of Tomorrow, Superman, will team up Scooby Doo and the gang. I hope that happens. I really hope that happens. As ridiculous as it sounds, I really hope that happens. Do you think Batman Wonder Woman will not be in Man of Tomorrow, or is just fake news? Knowing James Gunn, he's trying to rush everything. He's trying to cram everything. I think we're gonna see Wonder Woman and before probably Man of Tomorrow. He's probably gonna introduce her like he did with Batman and Creature Commandos. That you just saw a silhouette, a shadow of him and stuff like that. They're probably gonna do the same thing. You know, probably in that weird show that he's gonna do. What is it called? Whatever he just announced that he wants to bring in Darkseid. Probably he might throw her in there, as a cartoon first, and then probably bring her into live action by the time we get if we get Man of Tomorrow. Sony will never sell the rights back to Marvel. Yeah, I don't think so. Spider-Man is keeping Sony alive. Yeah, yeah, it really is with the video games and all that stuff. So, yeah, they're not gonna get rid of it and stuff. GameStop is shutting down. Sad news. Yeah, they're closing down a lot of stores. They are really closing down a lot of stores. I mean, I think it's been coming for a while. So, it is what it is. They brought that upon themselves. And hopefully the best works out for them. Because I like them, but at the same time I don't. Just because GameStop could be annoying, but we'll see how that plays out. Rockstar still making content for GTA 5. The more people Was it the more people play it, the more GTA 6 will be delayed. Yeah, big time, big time. And they're not gonna stop putting out, DLC for GTA 5. I haven't played GTA 5 in a minute. I know the last time I played it was in a live stream, but just like how I used to, man, it's been a while, like honestly. Rockstar loves GTA 5 and online. They don't care about GTA 6. They don't. They don't. They say they do, but they really don't. They're more focused on 5. Tron could have been a good franchise, but they waited years to make another. Yeah, that's true. We really didn't care about it anymore. It had potential, but they waited so many years. Yeah, that's the problem. When you take too long with the movie, that's exactly what happens. So, unfortunately, it is what it is with that movie too. Let me see. Um, there needs to be a fan edit of Doomsday and Secret Wars after they're out, adding all the DC live action history characters as well. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna be putting out a bunch of marketing merchandise, and we're gonna be seeing a lot of like pictures and stuff like that. Do you play the Last of Us game or the Last of Us HBO show? Yeah, I've played the game. The first one's the best one, and the same thing with the show. Like the first two episodes were good. Then it just went downhill for me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. But yeah, it's all right. Restore Snyderverse, yes sir, you know it. Netflix apparently inherited WB debt. Yep, yep, yep. That's what they inherited. They wanted it. You're paying the price, and you can see their stocks going down. That's not good. PS6 isn't coming out till 2028 at the earliest. With the price of RAM these days, the console cycle is going to be longer than usual, which I'm actually okay with. PS5 hasn't hit its potential. We don't even have good PS5 games. We really don't. Everything is just being ported from PS4 and just being slapped with the label of PS5 and that's it. I'm like, what the hell? Like yeah, I don't know. PS5 to me is pointless, honestly. It's pointless. Supergirl possibly could have $5 million, but it's just fan James Gunn. Uh oh man, Supergirl. Supergirl. I don't even know what else to think about that. Who the hell asked for a Jimmy Olsen show? Nobody. Nobody asked for that shit. Nobody. Jimmy Olsen actor. He's not loving to play the character Jimmy. He might not play Jimmy DCU. He's not a fan of DC. Oh man, like yeah, I'm just not interested in that. We already know that the live action remake of Tangled is set to flop big time. Yeah, James Gunn would try to get Bella Ramsey to play her Wonder Woman. That's ridiculous. You imagine that? Oh man, even Bella Ramsey, even she said that she's down to play Spider Man. I hope that doesn't happen, man. Do you imagine that? I would like to see Rockstar create a superhero game. That would be nice. That would be nice. Talking about superhero game, I'm not sure if some of y'all saw uh the official page of Arkham, I think it's like the Arkham games and stuff, they posted a footage from, I think it was supposed to be one of Christopher Nolan's from the movie or stuff like that when it came out. And it's like, like game footage from a game that was never complete. That thing looks good. I was like, wow, like it gave a lot of Arkham vibes. I was like, damn, who knows why they canceled it, but it's a shame they didn't do anything with it. Gunn doing a Jimmy Olsen show would be like if Sony decided to do a J. Jonah Jameson movie. Yeah, yeah, that would be completely ridiculous, honestly. But yeah, that's where they're at right now. Son of Thunder, what's up, man? Here, chilling with y'all, hanging out and stuff. So just discussing how and what a mess DC and Marvel, how they're crushing them, and I just can't wait to see Marvel fully crush James Gunn's DCU. Do you think Lantern Show will come out or get canceled? It's gonna come out, but I don't think it's gonna do well once it comes out. Like yeah, it's not. It's people are gonna watch it. Not enough people, but yeah, people. Some people are gonna watch it and stuff. But I think they're gonna be in the end disappointed. I mean, look at how disappointed they were when season 2 of Peacemaker came out. So yeah, I'm telling you. So yeah, we'll see what's up. Comic book cast guy. Want to see the new Batman, James Gunn. He don't want to see Matt Reeves' Batman sequel. So he enjoys slop. So that's what it is. Lanterns is far too long to straight up cancel, unfortunately. I really wish they would. It looks like trash. Yeah, yeah, it does. It really does. It's just some generic show and they're just gonna slap the label of Lanterns on it. That's it. Comic book cast guy sucks. It cracks me up. He got cocked by Rocky the Red Ranger sleeping with his wife. There's so many things I've been hearing and reading online, just cracks me up. But yeah, that's how it is. It's not going to surprise me if a better version of GameStop happens or another company buys them. Look, GameStop try to like change their strategy by doing GameStop Retro. What a mess! What a mess! Like if you go to GameStop and see their quote unquote retro section, it's embarrassing. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? And not every store has it. So again, it's just false advertising. But it's a shame, like I said, I like GameStop, but I can't stand them at the same time. They took at least interesting path to introduce the lanterns. Um, I don't know. I don't even know what to comment on that, honestly. 3C film guy, YouTube, he suck right now. He's talking about Batman, Man of Tomorrow. Oh yeah, he's been shilling for a while. He was shilling hard. I used to watch him, but he shills hard for James Gunn and his DCU. So yeah, there you go. That's you're seeing a shill in action. So let's see. I gotta know, since you've played The Last of Us, are you Team Ellie or Team Abby? Oh man, I'll be honest with you. If I was in that situation, I'm going alone. I'm going my way. Like I like the first game, and I like how they had Ellie in the first original game, in the sense of like the story and stuff, leading up to what happened to the events with Joel. But after that, the game just went straight down south. I was like, what the hell? Like why would you do that to Joel? It's like yeah, they just destroyed it. But Abby, nah, man, screw Abby. I don't even care about that character. Exactly. Console wars are so stupid. Both systems fail. They need to bring back the Arrowverse or version of it. Yeah, that would be cool. Did you hear Trump is trying to stop Netflix from buying WB? Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen if he's gonna interfere and stuff like that. So this is getting interesting, but at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous because it's like, damn, like this thing keeps on escalating every time more and more. So we'll see what happens. Jeremy, what's up? What's up? Let's see. The best movie tie-in game was Enter the Matrix, which more movies would take that approach. Yeah, it would be nice. I remember when movies would have, some type of side or adaptation, based on the movie. That was cool, but I don't know what happened. I guess the industry just decided to give up on it, and like it is what it is. So I'm like, damn, it's I miss those times when they would actually focus on that type of quality. You got Batman versus Superman on Blu-ray that works. It made me miss Batfleck even more seeing the warehouse fight. Yeah, I love that scene. I love the Batmobile scene though. Honestly, like I love the warehouse scene, but man, that Batmobile, that's my thing. Every time I see a Batman movie, I always want to see the Batmobile because, like I said, that's why I bought the what do you call it when we did the crowdfunding campaign. That's why I had to back it up. I was like, I have to back it up. I need that Batmobile in my collection, and I'm so glad I got it finally. That I'm looking at it right now. I'm so glad I got that bad boy in my collection. But good, enjoy it and enjoy it. It's good to rewatch this film, from time to time. Especially when the music kicks in, it's like damn, like it's gonna go down. Do you think Mortal Kombat 2 would try to beat Street Fighter movie at the box office? Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2 is going to literally destroy Street Fighter at the box office. Street Fighter is gonna make some money, but not like some serious. It's not gonna make $1 billion for sure. If it does, well, damn, screw me, honestly. But no, I don't see it making $1 billion. It's gonna make some money, probably like in the high six, 700 millions. But I don't think it's gonna surpass that more than that. The first week, probably the first weekend, it's gonna make numbers just because people are curious. But then when the week goes through, people are gonna be talking so much crap, giving it bad reviews. You know how ridiculous it is because it looks like it. It really looks like a spoof type of movie. A parody. So I guess that's gonna hurt it, and then it's gonna drop and stuff like that. So we'll see. Wonder Man's going to be trash. Looks like straight shit. Did you hear that if Zack Snyder does the Batman Returns movie with that Ben Affleck just wants to do one off, and then like Zack said he wants to recast Batman. That's interesting. Damn, that's really interesting. Then probably Ben Affleck's tired of all this crap too, so I can't blame him. But I would love to see him do that. His Batman movie. But I'm sure once he sees the positive reaction, he'll be like, okay, let's do some more stuff. So, you completely disagree. Expedition 33 is probably game of the decade. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was amazing in its complexity. 2025 was actually a really good year for games. Um, I think if you think so, I mean that's what it is. I know Expedition 33 won, so that's pretty cool that, a small company, they were able to defeat all of these big companies in the industry. So they made themselves known. So that's good and stuff like that. But 2025, at least for me, I'm like, damn, there wasn't really nothing that I was like really excited for and stuff like that. But again, it depends on the type of games that you play and stuff like that. Like Expedition 33, that's not for me. I'm not into those RPG type of games. I'm more like old school, if you want to say, like I like modern games, but old school stuff too, like new graphics and things. So, but 2025 for me was kind of funky. So I don't know. In terms of PS exclusive, I agree it's been a lackluster. Yeah, yeah, it really has been. Do you think The Last of Us show will try to cancel HBO about Hollywood? I don't know what the hell they're gonna try to do or what they're doing, but we're gonna see what's gonna come from that. Michael Bay come up with the idea to put two unknown black actors in the movie together, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. And then in the second one, they were in the peak of their career. Yeah, I love Bad Boys. Bad Boys is an amazing movie. I really do. I know a lot of people like to give it crap, but I enjoy those movies straight up. They're very entertaining. And both Will and Martin, they're good actors, for those movies and stuff. I didn't see the last one. I think it's what, four. I That one is the one that I haven't seen. I don't know why. It just didn't drag my attention for some reason. Michael Bay gave those two a chance in Hollywood, yeah, and he gave them the opportunity and stuff. So that's good. I can't wait to see Michael Bay back again. Like I really want to see a good Transformers movie again. Insomniac would make a great freaking Batman game. I know they're with Marvel, but Batman fits in perfect with their game style. Yeah, that would be awesome too. If Netflix purchases WB backfires, it looks like it's game over for Netflix. I hope so. I really hope so. That Netflix doesn't get them, but we'll see what happens. Michael Bay is cooking now for Transformers sequel, not rebooting it. Yeah, I want to see. I can't wait. I miss all those freaking. You know what? I gotta go back and rewatch one of those movies, man, just to get me back again into the excitement of the Bayverse and stuff. The president is really about to get involved in Hollywood drama. Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's not forget before he was a president, he was in Hollywood, so he knows how the showbiz runs. Remember that what was the Apprentice or something like that, with that show and stuff. So yeah, he's been in Hollywood too, so he knows how the game goes and things. Martin and Will were not two known actors. Laughing my ass off. Both had top sitcoms before Bad Boys. Yeah, they did. Where was I can't remember. I know Fresh Prince of Bel Air, where with Will Smith, and the other one with Martin. I forgot. Yeah, they were good shows. They were really good shows. I wasn't against the idea of killing off Joel. It's how they did it. The first game had so much more moral complexity. The second one is just simple revenge is bad story. Yeah, yeah, that's what it was and stuff. Supergirl will have comedy and rock music. Everybody, every day. Nobody be in the theaters. Yeah, they're gonna and oh man, they're gonna add some serious body counts to that movie. That shit's gonna be ridiculous, honestly. If Street Fighter beat Superman at the box office, I'll laugh my ass off. I wouldn't doubt that. I would not doubt that. It could happen. It could happen. It really could happen. I forgot about those sitcoms, man. Those were the times. Fresh Prince, and Martin. Yeah. Street Fighter will beat Supergirl. Oh, I can't wait for that. That I want to happen, honestly. Did you saw Wonder Man trailer is looking like trash right now. Nobody cares. I didn't even know that the trailer was out. Damn. I don't even know. I'm gonna check it out. I just want to play the same games. Nice. You gotta enjoy them. Nobody's talking about Wonder Man. Wonder Man. Remember the Telltale games? Yeah, I could never get into those games. Not even for the Jurassic Park. Yeah, that it's just too much for me. Like it's just too much thinking. It's not my type of games, honestly. I just like play the game. Let's go. Just free your mind and just have fun. When you got to think about it while you're playing. I know they had the Batman game. I know it was nice and stuff like that. I saw some gameplay. I just for me, I just can't. I don't have the patience for it, honestly. People try to be nice to Matt Reeves. He wants to do Batman 2. That sucks. He needs to leave now. Yeah. And notice how they're not really talking about it, but and another thing, talking about Batman 2. Apparently they're gonna bring in Chris Evans. Now that's the new rumor that Chris Evans is gonna be part of the Batman Part 2, straight up becoming a Marvel movie. That's straight up what it is. I don't know. I just don't know what to think anymore. Thoughts on Rush Hour coming back? Good. Finally, it's about damn time. They took too long. But I don't know. They just took too long. I'm in an online player. I just play the same 8 games online. Nice. Whatever you enjoy, so be it. I'll be playing all type of games. I'll give a game a chance. If I don't like it, I just don't. If I do, I do. And chances are I'll stick to that. So whatever you enjoy. Wonder Man is a project that showed up out of nowhere. It's about a superhero in Hollywood drama. Just that alone sounds bad. Michael Bay thinks he wants Will Smith in the Transformers. That would be interesting. I would love to see Will Smith in a Transformers movie. That would really, him teaming up with Tyrese. That would be dope. Like I'll be like, okay, that's Deadshot right there. That's how I would see it. Why can't James Gunn just be the main villain for his own DCU? Yeah. Netflix is worried about Trump and Paramount. Yep, yep, yep. They should be. Honestly, they should be. You know, if Disney's goofy ass live action remakes gets beaten by the Odyssey at the box office, I'll laugh my ass off. I think it is. I think it is. Honestly, the Odyssey is gonna make some money at the box office. That's another movie that's gonna come out successful this year, big time. That's Christopher Nolan. You're gonna have what's his name, Hans Zimmer on it too. Yeah, it's definitely gonna make money. Funny thing about Supergirl, people will be in their iPhones mostly in theaters, and I gotta be watching it. You started playing Fortnite. Nice, nice. I've been playing Fortnite for a while. This season's kind of whack though. I'm not feeling this season. I haven't really been playing. I've been kind of on and off. What's your favorite cartoon? Favorite cartoon. It depends from what era and what type. But if we're talking about from like the '90s and stuff, I think from the top of my head, I gotta say probably Animaniacs. That was one of my favorite cartoons, like growing up as a kid and watching. Tiny Toons was another one too that was good. And then now if you're talking about like 2000s and stuff, South Park. South Park is my type of comedy. That's my type of my type of cartoons, if you want to say. And then after that, of course, Family Guy, but that got boring after a while. Uh, what is the other one? I like Simpsons also. I mean, there's so many out there, but just from the top of my head, those are some that I can remember right now and things like that. James Gunn would not try to find the right actor. Batman DCU is done over DCU. Yep, I can't wait to see who the hell he's gonna cast. You think Mattel will do a better job with DC than McFarlane? Not really. But I'm gonna say but I am excited to see what Mattel's gonna put out. I know in the summer they're gonna be putting out like the 6-inch basic figures. They straight up look like trash right now. That I was like, damn, like those are supposed to be like the $10 ones. They look like straight trash. I was like, oh hell nah. People are gonna get mad. I already see it. I was like, hell no, I'm not buying those things. Those things are like straight trash. The images are already starting to come out, but in 2027 next year in January, that's when they officially kick off, the collectors line and everything that has to do for the collectors. Because I didn't know, I had no idea. I haven't collected like figures like that for a while, but Mattel puts out like two type. That's why now McFarlane is trying to do the same thing. That's why they did the Ross exclusive, the ones that were for like I think like 11.99 or whatever. I kept on seeing them at Ross. I didn't buy them just because I already have that Batman, and they had James Gunn Superman, which I didn't care about. And they had one more Superman that's too cartoony. I was like, it's just not for me. But the difference is that now Mattel is just like McFarlane. They're gonna be putting out the cheap line, and then they're gonna put out the real good stuff, the collector stuff. The thing that scares me is Mattel, just like McFarlane. Especially with these tariffs and the prices that have gone up on figures, it's gonna be very expensive because if you got now, the deluxe figures from McFarlane at 34.99, add the math plus tax. I mean, you're looking at almost like 37, $38 per figure. That's just for a collector's line, and I'm like, damn, like it's gonna be very expensive. So we'll see what happens with Mattel, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're gonna put out. Let's see. Chris Evans, he might play Deathstroke, Batman 2. That's Captain America Marvel. I hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't. James Gunn's bringing Darkseid. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not thrilled about that. No, I can't see Evans as Deathstroke. Nah, neither can I. Went from Darkseid being introduced in Justice League movie to a cartoon nobody will watch. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. There you go. That's DC with their bullshit formula right now. Remember this. I can't imagine losing someone you love like that. In part two, we see. That we see the pain Ellie isn't emotionally. It fits her worst nightmare came true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. Geek Gamer is so he's hating James Gunn every day. Talk on his channel. Yeah, no, they're always like hammering him and stuff like that. James Gunn's Darkseid will be drunken warlord with daddy issues that has a dance off with Superman. I would not doubt if he ends up doing some type of dance or some type of stupid joke. For sure, he's gonna do that. Michael Bay, Pain and Gain is just the most American movie I have ever seen. Yeah, it's a good movie. Street Fighter will suck. The trailer soon is gonna come out. Yeah, it's true. We haven't really gotten a full trailer. We just gotten the teaser. But I want to see. I want to see what it is. Hopefully, it's better. But I don't really have a lot of expectations for Street Fighter the movie. Nah, we low key need more corny, over the top movies like Street Fighter. If Zack Snyder was to direct a Punisher movie, that's guaranteed to be a rated R. Oh yeah, that would be straight up rated R. Who's seen the Ted season 2 trailer? Damn, I forgot about Ted. Damn, they're doing a season 2. I only like the first movie. The second movie sucked. I didn't see the show or whatever, what they did after. I don't know. I just lost interest in it. James Gunn will get might put Batman Brave and the Bold. That no, what? Not Batman. That movie's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I want to see what the hell James Gunn. I'm very curious, and I've said that multiple times, and I'll say it again. I'm curious to see what James Gunn would put with Batmite. If he brings it into whatever the hell he's trying to build. Comcast still in to do some type of partnership with WB for the HBO Max. Is that still happening? Yeah, it's still happening. It's not here in the States. It's just happening over in Europe and stuff. So they're doing some testing, I guess, for their servers and to see if it works. And I guess from that they're gonna move forward and or probably not. Who knows? We're gonna see. But that's why they took away the some shows from the servers. Now it kind of makes sense. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna come from that? I have a feeling Snyder knows the next Netflix deal isn't gonna go through. That's why he keeps posting. That would be interesting. That would be. But then again, everything is speculation right now. But that would be nice. That right there, that would be dope. Brandon, like straight up, I wish that happens. Honestly, the Batman 2 ain't happening. Hell nah. Hell nah. It's gonna happen, but it's not gonna happen how like people are expecting the first one was like. The second one is just gonna be a whole off course, and I think it's gonna be a done deal. They're not gonna do the Batman 3. Hell no, I don't think so. After all these delays and everything, yeah, I don't see that. I just see that they're gonna do it, and they're just gonna move away and just say, you know what, let's just do other things or whatever. James Gunn wants to make Darkseid funny and Brainiac in the DCU. Yeah. You imagine Brainiac and Darkseid both having a dance off? Having a dance off? That would be hilarious, man. I'm still not happy with Marvel and the MCU for canceling Blade movie with Mahershala Ali. Yeah, you know what? Look, man, honestly, I think at this point they should just bring him and Wesley Snipes, put them together in a movie, send off Wesley Snipes if you have to, and send them back to his universe, like he's still alive or whatever. And just have him kicking ass in one movie. Like it's not hard. I don't know. I really don't know what the hell's going on with them and stuff. Um my bad if I mispronounce your name, but I'm just gonna say it how I see it. KYOSZW. I'm sorry. What's up? What's up? Thanks for joining us. What are your thoughts on Arcane and Bethesda doing a Blade game? That's gonna be amazing. I mean, if they could pull it off, go for it. That's how I see it. If they can do it, make it happen. Punisher being in Spider-Man Brand New Day will be interesting. Yeah, I saw the leak. That looks dope. I'm telling you right now. He's gonna. I don't know if the trailer already came out or whatever, but yeah, he was in the leak. I saw that. How can we take James Gunn Superman seriously? When he meets Batman, we just can't. We really can't. You really hate Guns DCU? Nah, I don't hate it. I just don't like it. I'm just not on board with it. That's all. There's nothing in James Gunn's DCU that has got my attention. Honestly, there just isn't. I've given chances to James Gunn's DCU, and it just doesn't. It's just not for me. I just don't like that route that they're going. Gunn's Batman will be the biggest moron in the DCU. Instead of a detective, he's gonna be the biggest moron. Oh man. David Cornsey will not have new Batman actor. He's gonna be friend. DC's not gonna happen with Brave and the Bold. Nope, nope. Wakanda Forever and Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they're gonna put it in there. Midnight Suns is gonna be trash. You know what? I'm not even interested in Midnight Suns. I was doing my research and looking into that. Hell no, that crap is just way too dark. Like in the sense of like they just playing with too much darkness. I'm like hell no, I'm not down with that. Like straight up, nope, nope, hell no, I'm not interested in that. You saw it too, bro. Dope. Uh, I'm new here. You think McFarlane will release Affleck's Batmobile for the main line? He might. Oh, thanks for joining us. You know, for first time being here. Appreciate that. I think they are. They are. They. I think this is just me speculating. Like I spoke about this in the last live stream. I think McFarlane is going to release it in the main line, but the basic one. He's not. I don't think he's gonna release the one with the accessories, just because that was a crowdfunding campaign, and McFarlane wants to milk the license before he loses it. You know, because this is his last year until December, and then Mattel fully takes over 100% in January of next year. So, and there is a listing on you. I mean, on Amazon. I have to share the listing with y'all. So hopefully before the end of the stream or whatever, when I'm done, I'll put it so you guys can follow it, because there's a listing for this Batmobile. It says Justice League Batmobile, you know, but currently unavailable, and that's way before the crowdfunding campaign. So yeah, I'll share that with y'all. So hopefully, you know, when it does come out, then y'all can grab it and stuff. Do you think Disney don't want to cancel Blade movie, or they just canceled? You know what I think it is? They have too many people making decisions, so I think it's overwhelming. So I think it's just I don't even know what to think about it no more. You know, I think at this point just cancel it, move on, and just throw Blade somewhere in there. Use the multiverse, and I guess just move on. It worked with Deadpool and Wolverine, so they could do the same. Punisher needs a new video game. Did you play the PS2 back in the day? Enemies were dumb as shit. Reminds me of James Gunn fans. Nah, I never played it. I never played the game. I do remember playing it. I think it was like on Super Nintendo or something like that. That one was fun. It was good back then. When it came to Marvel, Punisher, Daredevil, Spider Man, your favorite character, but more of a DC guy. Yeah, that's how I feel. I like Marvel. You know, I love Marvel also. I love DC more. You know, just I just like their characters a lot more. You know, over at DC. But I don't like what James Gunn is doing with them. I really don't. James Gunn wants to make Gotham City sunny day for Batman, make happy and comedy. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. When you go from watching Dark Knight and Man of Steel and you see the half-ass corny stuff Gunn pulled out, you can't get excited for Gunn's work. Exactly, you just cannot. Pedro, what's up? Restore Snyderverse. You already know, my friend. Hell yeah. David Corntrip, Cornchip, sweat this version of Superman is just weak. I understand Superman's powerful and all, that don't make this man to be weak. Yeah, yeah, they just made him way too weak, honestly. Do you think we don't need GTA live action movie? Show just games? Nah, the games is enough. We don't even need the movies because they're gonna ruin it. It would be nice, but I think they're gonna ruin it, honestly. We need a new Power Rangers movie. That's true. We really do. I think in next year, I think Disney, or I think it's this year, Disney's gonna be doing something with them. I'm kind of worried because it's Disney, so we'll see. We'll see if they could pull something off like the Avengers, like in that style. That would be cool. Shoot, they want to do a multiverse too. Hell, I welcome it too. So you know, bring the old Power Rangers, the you know, like different eras and stuff like that. Throw them all into one big thing. That would be nice. It's about time. Do start off small and then you can go off big. Yeah. Blade was canceled because Kevin Feige didn't just want to stick Mahershala Ali in a leather jacket and just have him kill vampires. What do you think Blade does? Yeah. Even the actor's kind of he's kind of pissed too. He's like, "Yo, I don't even care about what y'all do anymore." In Zack Snyder's Justice League, when Superman appears to take down the main villain, but in Justice League 2017, he just appears behind him and says, "I'm a pretty big fan of Justice." That was cringe. Yeah, that's Joss Whedon. Gunn wants to turn Gotham into an actual shithole with rainbow clouds. Do you think Andy Muschietti he don't care about James Gunn's DCU Batman? Nah, Andy Muschietti just wants to get that check. That's it. He just wants that check. In Justice League 2017, they lose the mother box because they forgot about it. Like, come on, man. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, Cyborg takes the box. He heats it up so Cyborg can track it. Yeah, yeah. You can see the difference between with Zack Snyder and with Joss Whedon. Big difference. So, it is what it is, but that's where we're at right now with DC. The state of DC is a mess. But yeah. But with that being said, my friends, I'm about to get going. I'm about to get some rest. Hopefully y'all do the same thing too. Or if it's morning, night, wherever you are around the world and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll keep posted and we'll see what, this, I guess tomorrow, usually on Friday, a lot of news drops. So we're probably going to be hearing some type of new updates because I've noticed that every Friday we hear things from WB, from Netflix, everything that's going on with everything in this business. So we'll keep posting, and if I have to, then tomorrow I'll be back again sometime. But till then, peace out, my friends.